Hey guys, it's Klaireeberry. How you doing? I just want to come in today and bring like a divine masculine and a divine feminine, kind of a mix, kind of a general. Because almost on some level, I feel it's redundant to even do here's divine masculine, here's divine feminine, because so much of the videos to me come across the inner, the inner and the outer and the, seeing both sides, the yin and the yang, doing the shadow work, like looking at, using your person as a reflection of you to learn from. Okay, so we are going to go ahead, jump right in. This is a very general reading, so take what resonates and ditch what doesn't. Do have personal readings down in the description box below. Got a little bit behind on those with some just, again, crazy work stuff this week. So I am getting those out as soon as possible and on steady schedule. So don't worry, it's coming in divine timing. So work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Okay. New moon in Scorpio. We just had a very, very powerful new moon. Wasn't in Scorpio, but is there something we need to let go of? Usually there is. I mean, we letting go of things is actually a way of life. That's why this comes up, learning how to let go of things. If you're not good at letting go of things, it can end up showing things like your digestion, elimination processes, things like that. So yeah, just a side note there. Let's go. Okay, leadership in reverse. We're really coming into our own. We're really learning how here to come into leadership, to come once you come into your own healing, you just naturally show others, just because your vibration itself is a message, and that is divine. If you are, at that point, all you're doing is shining your light. You're just being yourself. You're not doing anything, to try to be noticed, to try to be this and that. You're just doing what you feel called to do, how you feel called to serve, how you feel called to shine. Different words appeal to different people, however you want to see them, but it's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. Lovingly. Okay, I think a lot of people are realizing, like, if you want to get your point across to people, being condescending and angry isn't the best route. We're all realizing this over and over. Again, things come in cycles. That's okay. We just have to know that each time we learn something, we strengthen it. We may have to learn it again, but each time, we'll get better and better at it. Things will get better. Okay, work through your fears. All right, let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, we're just going to, again, take this overline, underline, very intuitive reading here. No rules, okay? There's obviously a situation, or you wouldn't be here, right? We have, it feels like it's okay, kind of long-standing. There's something, it's almost like dried out. It's just like there's so much waiting. There's if there's so many clouds, it can get to where you don't have hope, okay? But on both sides, we have a belief, I think, a belief that comes from obviously prior heartache, okay? And it's like the Linus clouds that follow, the rain cloud that follows you around, okay? Why is it like that? Why do these bad things, keep on happening? Well, it's like your thoughts are wishes. So whatever we're thinking here, there's some wishes going out. There are some wishes going out that are good, that need to happen. Do you guys notice that today? And it's like, keep the hope for sure. Keep the hope alive here with that. I mean, it's like the smallest of signs right now. Energy can be the biggest things, okay? Do not squash the first little sprouts just because they're so small. That's the first little sprouts. You got to take care of them. You got to water them, okay? And we slowly have to change our minds about things. It's the first step. okay? To change our minds. How do we see ourselves? How do we think about ourselves? What kind of a crazy cord is on my foot because it's tickling me? Yeah. And then it goes to, you know, what you want. What you want is what you put in your thoughts. Because you don't want to keep thinking negative thoughts, because that's the rain cloud. These negative thoughts, I'm not good enough. And it's not even got to be conscious. Remember, a lot of people don't consciously sit around and say, exactly, you know, I'm not good enough. But in different ways they tell themselves. In different ways they've come to feel it. Sometimes it can be just straight up more, you know, of an emotional thing for people. For some people, it's the way you see it. It's the way you deal with things, of course. What words you want to use for your expression of your energy. Okay, but again, we have like the passion shining through. Okay, the passion's shining through, and the passion's kind of like leading into clarity. Okay, so it's kind of like focus on any of the growth that you can, and focus on the passion, and just kind of, it's like take a deep breath. And we've got to really clean this up from the inside out, obviously, okay? And we've got to be creative in how we're going to do that. And we got to understand this is really about, it's about the law of attraction, because it is deciding, you know, hey, we want to have this as our motivation. Like, this is what we want. And if love is your motivation, you know, you have to be imaginative. You have to be creative in using the energy. Because if you get sucked into the vortex will bring you down. And this is what this is. This is being stuck in the vortex. That's all that is. And the vortex is like, it's whenever the simplest of things might go wrong. But it's kind of like a different way to think about it would be like PTSD. I mean, honestly, that's like the same thing in my mind. Like, you can't handle it anymore. You know, you just can't handle it, and you know, you lose it because you're going, but in this way, it's like you're actually going back. You just go back to, I mean, I guess that's is that what happens with me? I don't know. I don't know that much about it specifically, but you automatically go back to these old, you know, I think in PTSD, it might be a memory. Sorry, I'm not farting. This is my ball. I swear. In PTSD, you might go back to a memory, you know, but this is just like a feeling. Oh my gosh, what is coming on? It might be, it's so distracting. We might be getting distracted in life too by like silly things, and we may need to just have a laugh, honestly. There's a little bit of this Mercury energy is coming through, because our Mercury is in Virgo now, which it loves to be. So again, there's a lot of ideas coming through quick. So yeah, that always happens. But again, we're clearing this out. We're clearing out this old energy. And I hate to be cliche and say it starts with self-love, but we've got to let go of our old ways of thinking about ourselves and our partner. And our partner is so important, our partner. But it's also so important yourself. And it's like whichever one resonates more with you. Maybe I feel like maybe, you know, one side or the other, and it can switch for sure. But it's like we have to protect this healing process. We have to understand how much the healing process goes along with the relationship. The love is not going to grow unless the healing is progressing as well. That's just the way that it is. Okay? We're not going to get out of the rain cloud, you know, until, first of all, we have to embrace, you know, somewhat of the differences. And we have to stop being so judgmental, literally, here. But it's not just, judgmental of your person. Okay, although that is definitely coming through strong right now. Okay, but this is really too just like it's almost that self-protection and judging, you know, yourself in really harsh ways, maybe even so that you don't try hard enough, so that you can't fail if you didn't try, really. You know what I mean? Somebody might be almost doing that as like a lifestyle, so watch out for that. Okay, but again, what we expect here, these two together, I mean, the visionary card here, what we expect, our expectations are huge. And if you expect people to treat you bad, you know, what are you going to get? And if you're on that frequency, and we just don't understand how we get stuck in these, and we've got to cut it out. We've got to cut it out. It's not nearly as much about your person forcing it, you know, making it, working on it with your person. It's more about the inner work than anything else. It truly is. When you do the inner work, your person will rise with you. They will move with you because they are so connected. And again, you would be the leader, you know, and the leader is so, I mean, yes, selfless, but also, you know, shines. Okay, is this annoying you guys as much as it is me? Oh gosh, I'm about to pull that up. This is like gonna need to be edited almost. It's just so many fart noises. So okay, so here we have like significant annoyances, significant delays in the relationship. There's just issues, okay? And again, turn away. Stop focusing on them. Stop focusing on them. There's an enjoyment of life, okay? An enjoyment of life that needs to be freed. Needs to happen. Again, this is that silliness coming through with all the fart noises, okay? Allowing that, okay, it's part of the healing. Have you ever heard of laughter therapy? This is what it's talking about, okay? The finer things in life here, the good things, okay? Learning how, and it's understanding, okay? See, we have, this is, okay, the epitome of, what's that phrase? All the good things in life. I don't know. It's the sentiment that anything that is unhealthy is like worth living for, you know, and that healthy things are just so boring and bland and, you know, not even worth living for. It's just like, it's laughable because in reality, what is good for you truly, and if you were not perverted by other crazy, you know, toxic food, fake foods, you would, like basil, I mean, come on, this is the most beautiful, fragrant, potent herb. Oh, just, you love it, and it just makes a whole, you know, oh, it's just, again, the finer things, you know, this is realizing again that we can make this happen with every little step here. This is our baby steps. This is starting out. This is using that intuition to push the plan forward, using, you know, your heightened powers here, your sensitivity, your insight, your intuition, okay? That kind of yin energy, that gentleness, okay? Being sympathetic towards your person as well, again, and being sympathetic towards your person. We've got to get to that level, you know, again, of that higher self. And we can stand up and lead and be, the more we can be in our higher self, the more our people can be in our higher selves. And don't think that you are better. We have to remember the humility of the lion here. You know, it's the pride, but like it's like truly confident people, you know, they're not the best at everything. Truly confident people know what they're good at. You know, they don't need to put on airs and things like that. It's the cocky people, you know, or the really shy people, you know, that just don't feel positive enough about themselves to just be themselves, you know. And this is the same thing, being vulnerable, really truly figuring out what you love to do in life here, and again doing it, and again becoming a leader in it, you know, showing others how to do it, helping others to hear about it, to learn about it, you know, just different things. Again, it's just like as simple as sharing this video, you know. And yeah, also I want you guys down below, let me know what your signs are. I've been so interested, and I keep on meaning to ask, and I haven't been able to remember until now. So please let me know on different videos, you know, like who you're watching for, and like whatever, just basic stuff or deeper stuff too. I love that. And I tend to end up kind of thinking about you guys in future videos and maybe going to your signs more or something like that. So anyway, definitely big changes here again, and shifting of the ego, shifting of this sort of, again, it's kind of like what we expect to happen, what we expect, to be able to do in life. It has a lot to do with kind of this, self-identity around creation, around what is your contribution. This is all this still Leo lion stuff here, and Aries, because with this whole energy with Mars and Aries for 6 months. I mean, oh my gosh, come on. This is all about the leadership. This is all about the creativity. This is all about positive, independent action. Okay, so again, it's kind of almost this like, okay, hey, I'm gonna go work on this right now. I'm gonna go work on myself. I'm gonna go work on maybe, shadow work. I'm gonna go work on getting better. It's definitely coming through. We're in Virgo right now. Just got into Virgo, Mercury in Virgo. And this Saturday, the 22nd, we'll be going our sun into Virgo. So it's like coming up on Virgo week. Happy birthday to all the Virgos. Happy birthday to all the Leos and the Cancers, everybody. Happy birthday this summer. If I missed you guys, I haven't done a birthday shout out forever. So horrible at that. Anyway, it's just one of those things, clearing out, energy, such a good thing to do. And, just organize your life, organize your creativity, organize your, your business, or it could be your, your social media stuff, your way of shining, your way of sharing what you're sharing with people. Okay. So let's get in a little bit deeper here. Oh, hey, we just had one come up right on top here. Okay, so we're going to also take this kind of up here as this underlying Knight of Swords. So we're having this direction, okay? And we're using our drive here, our purpose of wanting the finer things in life. Well, our finer things in life is our damn person. Our person is fine, right? Am I right? Your person's fine. I know. My person's fine too. So, Knight, this is what, this is that carrying that torch. That person is what you want. And this is kind of, hey, showing up and going up. You got to go, this is really, truly walking that walk of doing what it takes, to get to that union. Okay. Understanding you have what it takes. You just have to, you just have to do it. You just have to put your mind to it. You've always had it, but we weren't rising to the occasion. And it's not a blame thing. It's like, you can't be perfect all the time. You can't always do the right thing. We learn and we grow, and then we know better and we do better. And this is about learning, and this is about acting better. This is about being, again, it's all becoming this whole thing, this whole Leo energy being on our game. And Virgo really carries that through after Leo, to kind of just, push on through, like a lot of work getting done, a lot of, again, things being said that need to be said, a lot of just creative energy flying around. Again, leadership for sure. People are like creating the structures of their leadership right now for the future, and a lot of people doing that. So support, props, find a way where you can help, where you're finding yourself called. And don't stop kind of searching around till you do. But also know that any kind of work you're doing, like shadow work, check the description box below for my program. I also have a playlist here on YouTube to how to do the shadow work, to help you with the twin flame, to help you get into union. Also to help you use it with the holistic law of attraction, because it's kind of tricky. There's some paradoxes, to using the law of attraction to try to use it on a relationship. It's really, I would say, don't try to do it at all unless you have kind of watched the program down below. It's 30 videos long, starts out holistic law of attraction, goes into shadow work, and then deeper into some inner child healing, which will really help you clear out all this negative energy. Not only, again, the shadow work kind of clears out the mental energy. That's why it's easier, because it's not so emotional for people. But then when you get into the inner healing, it's more of an emotional thing, So it does get, so that's a little harder. It's a little advanced stages. You know, you got to watch all the videos, you know, before you get into that. So that's why I have it in the program. Anyways, check that out down below. Check out if you want to get the kind of the intro stuff, it's in the playlist. So it is a time, you know, and it's such a conundrum because it's like new beginnings, endings, new beginnings, endings. And then it's like, wait, are we literally stuck in between? Are we ever going to go forward? Or are we just going to be in this weird, like, what do you call it? Purgatory type of thing, you know? Anyway, that's almost what it feels like. But no, we have to keep pushing. Our actions have to, it's almost like be on point, be impeccable, be, again, showing others how it works. You know, it's like, it really is that walk the walk, talk the talk. It's really that, you know what you know. And when people look at you, they know you know. Just by the way, again, your vibration, just by the way you look, just, you know, things like that. Like, example, but still, that kind of energy, okay? So, it's like, don't give up on your finer things in life here, okay? The only thing we're giving up on is old thoughts, beliefs, and expectations. Like I always say, start out with that shadow work right away. Do not delay shadow work today. Okay, didn't turn over, so we're not taking it clear. Okay, but we are going to take some blockages. Okay. So impatience definitely comes up. Impatience for our new beginning. We've been blocking our beginning by being too impatient and not waiting for the true new beginning. We've been, it's almost like giving in, or, you know, just being so, it's like, we've been maybe a little drama, and we're saying, it's like we're too, idealistic. Too much kind of thinking, it's going to be this way. It's going to go exactly how I want it to go. And really it is too, like, in a way, like society conditioning to say certain things, and like to say, if you're truly in love, you should do this. If he really loves you, he'll do this, says all the girls, and they all have a different opinion on what a guy should do. You know, it's like hilarious. Okay, so again, beware. This is obviously speaking to so much. And again, like I said before, like feeling like you're going somewhere, or like you're not going anywhere, but then actually you are. Don't think you're not. Your hard work is definitely paying off. I know this has been like this steady trek for you in a way, but this is a deeper healing. You know, this is a spiritual journey, and it is about the home and the love and the peace and the bond. You know, this is Venus. This is our Venus has been in Cancer, you know, so it does make everybody just want to crave that union. And sometimes, again, we tend to jump into things quickly without seeing if there is a change, and that will stall the change and make you go backwards very quickly. It's this impatience and like rushing it, not being in it for the long haul, not understanding what goes into the new beginning. This is, you got to think about the whole year as a new beginning, not just the new year part and then, by now things should have changed. We have to be obviously very patient with this year and stop talking bad about the year, for crying out loud. This is a great year. Caress the year in our imagination. Let's put the year in a loving, warm glow of pink or white light. You know, come on, let's do this together. Okay, we are in this together, but we have to really step up to the plate here. Okay, and again, we have a lot of passion, we have a lot of drive, we want to get things done right now. And again, it's this independent action, but we don't realize how much the independent action is taking us, again, where we need to go, because it rounds us out as people, especially, for divine feminine, to have, I will get this fixed. It's just, everything's too, you know what it is? It's just too close. That's all. I was trying to get some of the table in there. but it's hardly in there anyway. So yeah, I mean, we have this Cancerian energy, okay? We have a lot of energies at play as well. Again, the Virgo, we have all sorts of healing on different levels, and it's really important, okay? But again, while all this stuff is going on, sometimes it's distracting. Sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches and see where things go and then pick up the pieces later, right? Okay? But we definitely want to be careful what we're thinking about here, okay? What are you allowing yourself to think? Okay? The Virgo can be very critical. Okay, the Virgo energy here that seems to be coming through. Seems like Virgo, and except I don't know. It's just the Virgo. It's just the Mercury side coming through of that Virgo, you know, with this mental. But again, it's not always positive, okay? There's some really, you know, like, why? Like real, it's like regret, okay? But it's like almost like just this really it's like mad at yourself in a way. But it's almost like constantly mad at yourself. Is there, and I'm getting like this could be divine masculine, I'm not sure. But it's coming to be like, yeah, there might be some anger, you know, to let go of as well. And just even an attachment to pain. People just get so attached. And that's why, again, anything we can do right now to really start anew and to make, again, we make our homes new. Again, like a new setup here today, you know, like get this new wardrobe, you know, like you can just move around a couple pieces in your closet probably and organize some stuff and then realize, oh, look, I had this and oh, that's where that is. And, you know, like you got new stuff going, just freshen stuff up. I read something this long time ago that just remind me here. Move 27 things, I think is a feng shui number, you know, 27 things in your room. Just move them around. You don't need to go buy new things, you know. The new beginning is huge. It's not necessarily painless, okay? And that's what this is about here. We have our new beginning. Real new action here, though. It's like starting to happen. But again, it's not without, it's definitely growing pains here. Growing pains. Okay, and I'm getting that there's just so much, like, we miss our people, okay? This is difficult. Everything about this year, yes, I'm not going to downplay it, okay? But without the growing pains, how can you grow fast? Answer me that. Okay? Do you want the damn new beginning or not? Work with it. You got to work with it. You got to work with it. We cannot wallow. The wallowing, you guys, is the opposite of the bliss bubble. Stop the wallowing pool and get into the bliss bubble, okay? It's much better. We've got to get out of we deserve pain, you know. Got to get far away from that. Get far away from the pain with this new beginning, okay? Let's go ahead. And again, it's seems like in the past, it seems like there might have been some more shallow new beginnings in a cycle is what's coming across here. We've had new beginnings. We have had a lot of new beginnings, okay? And nothing ever changes, right? Why? How is this one going to be different? Well, that's up to you. That is up to you. Are you going to do the same thing? Are you going to... This is also, obviously, you know, the sex drive here and, you know, all of that. And if it's like kind of giving into that in a certain way here, can bring you back, okay? Not saying one thing or another, but it's coming up as a blockage here. So it's like, this could just be holding on out of comfort zone. And that, again, we have to have the right reasons for doing something. You have to be in it for the right reasons. You can't just keep on, again, being in it for the reasons that you used to be in it for, you guys. This I keep on telling you. This is why I'm telling you we need to come into minimalism. We need to come into veganism. We need to evolve as a twin flame community. Okay? We can't stay the same. We have to we have to work with nature. Okay, nature wants to work with us. And that's the thing about veganism right now with animal agriculture killing the planet. Yeah, okay, grass-fed beef would be fine, except, it's not plausible. You can't do that with as many people we have on the earth. There's not enough space to raise all that amount of cows to feed that amount of people. We have to go the opposite direction. Anyway, it's like that, okay? It's like these massive physical, actual changes that we're going to be coming into. Again, we need this leadership. We need you to deal with your shit right now. Okay? We can't just keep on going back to the comfortable, going back to, okay, the sexual leading the way. The sexual leading the way brings you back to the pain and loneliness. We're not starting it for the right reasons. We're not starting it out of need. Okay, the cancer is the ultimate. Everybody, clingy. This is coming through as that because it's on the blockage here. Okay, yes, clingy, codependent. Again, totally focused on the negative, getting in that vortex, like I said. The downward spiral. You hear one thing, you hear another. Okay, 3 things. Why does everything always have to happen to me? Or you go back to that. Notice what that saying is for you. It could be something similar or different. There's a phrase when you get right before you snap, that will pop in your head, and it's very subtle sometimes. Again, it's like, why it's a lot of time, why does this always happen to me? Or I always do that, or whatever it is. You kind of catch yourself and you're like, where did that come from? If you really think about it, then you just kind of go deeper. And I lead you through all this stuff in the program and all that to get into that and to start to figure out how to heal that. But definitely about the shadow work here, definitely about clearing out all these negative. We just had so much negative on the mental side here that is blocking our way in this relationship. Okay, and it's how you think about your person, and that is how you think about your person is where you start. Okay, so you have a little teeny complaint or a big complaint about your person, I will walk you through how to use that. Again, start with the shadow work playlist. This video is really urging you to not only, again, express your creativity and your leadership right now, and you can do that. If you don't know, if you don't have any ideas already on how to do that, get into this program and get into this healing so that you can help others in your own way show how to heal and how to raise up this light grid so that we can light up this earth. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Stop waiting around. Stop the binge watching. I just canceled my Netflix again. I'm gonna stay on track. I'm gonna get better and better, and I'm gonna not allow myself to even stay stagnant one day. And you can be damn sure I'm not going backwards. Because if you're stagnant, you're going backwards. There is no stagnancy, really. Okay, so we're doing solutions, and we're gonna take 5. I gotta take a sip, guys. Okay, so our first card, interestingly enough, and our last card are the only 2 that are in reverse. Okay, very important here. Okay, and we have the Ace of Swords to start us off here with the Page of Swords. Again, so new beginnings upon new beginnings, getting used to our new beginnings, getting used to, this is our solution. This is how, again, we're realizing how deep it really goes. What is really being pushed forth. A lot of this is about focus. And the thing about the shadow work and the inner child healing too, they go together. What you focus on flourishes. What you think about, if you have goals, if you really want to be with your person, you should be daydreaming and almost pretending that you are with your person just to make yourself feel good and raise your own vibration. People think that would be a frivolous thing to do, just daydreaming and making yourself feel good, feel a little bit tingly inside or outside, if you know what I mean. Whatever. Yes, very, very valid things to do. Raise that vibration in any way you can. Do that, go on a walk, eat some good fruits and vegetables from the local organic garden, and all this stuff, do your yoga, do your whatever, all these healing. It's part of this awakening. And it's like the information age. Hello, we have all of these healing methods at our freaking fingertips. Amazing. And we're all reaping the benefits. Don't you Don't you ever doubt that. Well, look to your own life. Make sure you are reaping the benefits of this, okay? You can't go wrong with this. When you're dealing with the subconscious and not ignoring it anymore, when you get in there and clean it out, this is your success. This is after you've done the work. This is really knowing, okay? But also, where do you go from there? It's not just healing, okay? Knowing that healing is the process too. It's not like, okay, one day you're going to be completely healed. We have to forgive ourselves for not being perfect at any given moment. We can't even walk around trying to be perfect. The leader, a truly good leader is going to just be themselves and know themselves. Again, they're going to know their strengths, their weaknesses, how to inspire people, how they're able to deal with people and affect change in the world. That's part of how we're doing this. It's kind of like trial and error, try this, try that, get a little bit better, let's be creative. Ooh, got another idea. Yeah, go for it. Keep it going. Okay. Your thoughts right now, again, this Mercury energy, Mercury in Virgo, very, very sharp. Okay. It's like being prepared. It's preparing for these new beginnings. Okay, it's making sure this new beginning is going to go great, making sure it's very stable, making sure this is a reliable new beginning. This beginning is not going to come back and bite us. This beginning is not going to leave us in the pain like it has before. This is a true new beginning, a real one. Again, one that is successful and that is going to work, okay? But we have to hit that point of humility. We have to take that leap, jump off the cliff, into the subconscious. But don't worry, again, shadow work is like you're getting into the subconscious and look, but in this backdoor way, just by your projections. When you project, we all know this, when you project onto other people, like whenever you judge anybody, that's all you're ever doing is projecting. This is like the secret to figuring people out. You just know, you know what they want. You can figure anybody out by basically what they're saying. Even if they're liars, it still works because they're still gonna have to come from somewhere. So, unless they're just totally copying off of people 100%, which is really hard to do after, you get to have a conversation with somebody. So anyway, going off on a tangent here. Okay, so again, there's this energy. Okay, things could go, where's it gonna go? Okay, don't let any of that fear come in. And again, that's part of that voice. Oh, when your partner starts doing, this is just an example, it could be it could manifest differently for you, but when your partner does something, that annoys you, and then it's just like, oh, it's over, it does, or, it doesn't even have to be like the relationship's over, but it could just be like, oh, why are they going to get into this again? And we just kind of judge more harshly than they're not even, saying anything, That type of energy might be, playing itself out a little bit here. And there's always kind of this, again, with the projection, we project on what we think, and here we're tiptoeing of what we think they're going to react and respond to. Okay, there's a little bit of like shadow games here. Okay. But again, getting down to the deeper, you have to start the new journey. Okay. You got to start the new journey to start the new journey. Okay. Start the new journey within before you're going to be able to start this new journey with your actual person. Okay. Got to get down there in that subconscious. Got to go within. Got to do it. Okay. We might want to go all the way here. But again, when you start off with the holistic law of attraction, just kind of get this base understanding, because we always start with the mind. So the understanding, and then the shadow work, and you understand it, and then you do it. And those work together already, okay? And then lead you gently into, the inner child healing, okay? Kind of ease into it. But even just doing the shadow work, you will actually gain a better energy in your emotional field too, because they're so connected. And if your thoughts are getting better, if you're having more positive thoughts every day about yourself, about love, about the world, about the universe, about God, about again, just your home, everything, your person, your family, like your person's family, like everything. Better, more positive thoughts, more higher vibration thoughts every day. That's what we want. We don't need perfection. We don't need 100%. Just let's get better. If not every day, every couple days, every week. Get better every week. Okay, I'll take that. Seems good to me. Because it's so easy to slip into a negative place, with the fear, the life, just, the unknowns, But that only happens when we're not in touch with our own inner self. So that's kind of the whole trick. Once you understand yourself, boom, spotlight goes on, shadow work. That's why it's flip the switch. That's why it's called the switch program. And then I realized, shadow work, inner child healing. Oh, it's an acronym. But it was mainly because of the flip the switch, because it's just so crystal clear. You're just like, for me, literally every time I've ever tried it, and it takes 2 seconds to do it, it's so friggin' simple. Again, check the playlist. It's like, oh my gosh, bam. And let me know what you guys think if you started to do some shadow work, how long you've been doing shadow work. Has my teaching added anything to your knowledge, or is it different than other people's shadow work? I'm just interested to hear. So thanks so much for being here. Again, our solutions here, it really is important to identify how we feel, marinate in how we feel sometimes, even if it's not necessarily the most positive thing, okay? But we only want to do that when we're actually dealing with it. We don't just want to sit there and relive it and not change it, which is what happens. Or we stuff it deep down and it ends up coming up and causing problems later, right? We already have, some really good stuff to go off of. We've got a lot. I mean, obviously we've got a lot going. It's kind of that look into the past and see how much better you're, grateful for the things you have now. Think about when you didn't have those and that sort of energy. Okay, but stay on your toes, because this is definitely a big year again, and there are lots of this growing pains, and people are coming out with their reptilian brains, and there is obviously a lot of fear going on. Okay, so we're going to go into a little bit deeper. I just want to get 3 more on the solutions, just because these were a little almost dark. So, okay, more of our Pentacles energy with that Virgo coming through in Mercury. Okay, and of course, fire for not only our Leo, but our Mars and Aries, okay? And again, this healing and this finding this truth, and it's a personal truth here. Working on yourself, working on learning the truth, working on learning the shadow work, working on any type of these spiritual arts that are going to help you even on a practical level. And again, I say minimalism is spiritual, practical, and physical. These are things that are positive. Getting rid of things, moving things around, organizing, cleaning in Mercury and Virgo, cleaning up the mind, okay, as well. Again, that's what we're doing with shadow work, and especially when we get into the inner child healing, you're getting that shit out of there. Those old thoughts, beliefs, and expectations that are pulling negative things to you, negative energy in different ways, no longer. Okay? No longer operating out of fear. Okay? There's kind of like a not wanting to look like a fool sort of an energy here. Okay? And it's kind of that having, that divine masculine having their guard up and not realizing what they have. They may just be afraid now of losing their person. Okay? And sometimes a little bit of fear can work in your favor. It's like that. If they don't know, what they've lost, then, or they don't know, if they've never even thought about it because you're so codependent like we had earlier, the leader steps up too within the relationship and outside of the relationship here. There's a lot of power coming through in this reading. Okay. And again, wow, we have a little fear over here. Keep talking about the fears. Okay. Again, it's like the shadow work. The opposite of love is fear. It's the duality and the yin and the yang. And that's how you get to the fear, you know, is through the love. Okay, or that's how you conquer the fear. Okay, and we don't want to have a fear-based relationship. Okay, and we don't always want to, you know, and if that's how it is, you know, again, get in there and flip the switch, because something is pulling that type of energy to you. Okay, it's very easy in this world to get stuck on different energy, you know, energetic like frequency levels and stuff, by just vibrating in a certain way. And these thoughts, they replay so much, you guys. I would say like almost 100,000 thoughts of the same thoughts almost every single day. Okay, but no, we're changing that. We're changing our habits. We're changing our mentality. We've been working on that stuff, and now we're pushing it even further. Okay, we're actually changing how we operate. You know, what we're working on every day, our passions, our drive, what we're doing, what we're actually doing, our actions. Okay, and then we get even more confidence when we do something good. You know, when we get to the next level, you're like, okay, let's do this again. Let's jump, you know, jump again. Take that leap. You know, it's kind of this changeability, you know, rebranding, almost re-identification of yourself. Changing your actions too, like what you're doing day to day. Like, oh, maybe your calendar looks totally different than last year's calendar, you know, for many different ways. Okay, don't allow fear to lead you. We need to use this, just kind of sink into this meditative, like peaceful Cancer Venus vibe right now. Don't get pulled into the Mars and Aries that just wants to, I mean, the higher level of the Mars and Aries is going to be this leadership, this energy saying yes, 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 you know, do things, do what your heart desires, be a leader. But if we get sucked into the negative side of Aries, it's going to be argue, you know, social media, arguing, you know, and stuff like that, and not really doing anything, but just running your mouth like you think you are, you know. But if we get into this Venus mode again, and this Virgo and Mercury and Virgo energy, again, it's changing your ideas, your thoughts, beliefs, and expectations, even just about your own home, changing, you know, how peaceful you feel at home. And again, this is a process to re-identify with who you are and what you want, especially in relation to, again, how you're kind of creating, process, and giving into life. Again, this all does have to do with the law of attraction too. Okay, it really does. Figuring that out, flowing into working with it long term too, which is cool. Working with the holistic law of attraction long term. Yes, yes, yes. Just stack it up. Okay, so check out the playlist, you guys. Much love, many blessings. Thanks for all the likes, shares, subscribes, comments, especially. So appreciate you. Much love, many blessings. I'll talk to you soon.